Hi everyone, this is an FOA by Divya and Valeria about the feminist movement.
Charles Fourier, a French philosopher, created the term and definition of feminism in 1837. He invented feminism when writing about a link between women's status and social progress. It is ironic how a man was the one who came up with the term.
Feminism started in the 1830s and has been carrying out until this day. Organized feminism did not kick off until the first women's conference held in America in 1848. Feminists were fighting for what was called Equal Rights Amendment.
The ERA states that equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged on the account of gender. It was originally introduced to the Congress in 1923, 3 years after women gained the right to vote but never got approval. The National Organization for Women, founded in 1966, advocated for a fully equal partnership of the sexes. Feminism has 3 waves. The first wave was a period of feminist activity and thought that occurred during the 1930s to the early 1900s throughout the world. It began when they were fighting for women's rights to vote, for equal contract and property rights.
The second wave is a period of feminist activity and thought that first began in the 1960s to early 80s in the US and spread throughout the world. This period was focused on workplace, sexuality, and reproductive rights, as women wanted the same rights as men and also the right to produce babies when and if they wanted to.
The third wave started during the 1990s and carries out until today. It is about micropolitics of gender equality. Women are still working to defeat the inconsistency in male and female pay and the reproductive rights of women. They are also working to end violence against women in our nation as well as others. Women are still looked at in a certain way, and the stereotypes prevent women from having equal rights. Back in the 19th and 20th century, women were mainly known for being housewives. The only other job was prostitution. Women were fighting so they could live their lives freely. Women want equal pay for equal work and the chances at jobs traditionally reserved for men. They seek free abortions on demand. This is what happened in Handmaid's Tale as the population was threatened by the Bible and religion.
A famous group of feminist women in the 1800s were the suffragettes, who were fighting for women's rights. They used to throw tomatoes in the parliament, set houses on fire, and cross extreme lines, especially during any political event. They were taking risks doing this, as in those times people would have easily been killed. They knew that, however, they were willing to die so that generations to come would have the rights they did not. Comparing then and the present, feminists now are not as aggressive as they were back in the 1800s. Over the centuries, women have learned to be more subtle in the way they act. In the 21st century, we have a lot more freedom and rights than women used to back then. It is because of what happened in the 1800s and in the 1960s to 80s that made us what we have today.
However, men and women do not completely have equal rights, which is why we are still fighting for it now.
Created using Powtoon.